first team. I'm sure you knew some awards and things like that were coming. What did it mean when you found out?
I mean, the first person that told me really was my dad. He sent me a text, so just being able to hear it from a family member, I guess, was pretty exciting. I mean, been lit up with a grin all day, so I mean, it's pretty awesome.
But as much as you guys emphasize the team game, how cool was it that as many guys as they did got just overall honors from the conference today?
It just shows you like how much our guys push each other. I feel like you have one guy who's going out and doing some pretty remarkable things like Jake Mangum, but you got 3 or 4 other guys nipping at his heels with Jack Kruger and Reed Humphreys and all those other guys that have really been doing well for us. But I feel like it's huge for our team, and it just shows like how hard we worked through the off season.
You talk about Jake. He seems to be real humble about all that. Is that what you kind of see from him?
Yeah, I feel like it's internal confidence. You know, he's not going to tell you about it, but he's going to do it and be himself. So.
You guys do have very different personalities, and you're more of a stoic, reserved guy, and he's very energetic. Do you ever just crack up watching the things he does out there?
Oh yeah. I mean, games I'm not playing, I'm just sitting there watching him. Games I am playing, I turn around, he's making a diving catch and fist pumping. So I mean, I'm out there having a good time. So just being able to have that going, it's pretty awesome.
Is that a little bit of a boost for the team, that young energy, I guess?
Oh yeah. I mean, we have a few guys that are super energetic, but I mean, just being able to do some of the things that he's done and just being able to feed off that has been huge for our team.
You said you did pitch at Hoover 2 years ago, 1 inning. How are y'all approaching this tournament?
I feel like we're going into it. We're ready to get deep into the tournament. I feel like we got guys that haven't really thrown that much or haven't really played that much throughout this year. But I feel like we're going to get some experience and then really be able to kind of see how we're going to be able to hold up in Omaha. And that's kind of how the approach we're going to take it into the SEC tournament.
Have they given y'all any kind of clue about how they want to pitch y'all this weekend, or is it still being worked out?
I think it's still being worked out. They haven't really told us anything. So.
What's the last month been like for you? Yeah, it seems like you've kind of gotten your groove back at the last 3 SEC starts.
I feel like the last month, I guess, it's just been ironing a few things out, taking what I have learned in the rough spots and taking what I knew already, and I guess through the good times, and just trying to become a better pitcher. And I feel like that's kind of like how I've built through the past few weeks for myself.
Is there anything you're doing differently since that you were maybe first half of the season, or just the same thing and doing it better?
I feel like I'm doing a lot of the same things. There's a few things that are triggers, I guess, that I mean, for my stuff, I guess I'm feeling a little bit more, and I just know where to go back to find what I need to do. So, I mean, I guess it's just my routine's a little bit different, but it's more precise.
You've been with Cohen for 3 years. How would you describe him as a coach?
He's a fierce competitor, I'll tell you that. Him as a coach, just being out there, I mean, we feed off of him a little bit. He wants things done the right way, and I feel like just him being like that demanding of us makes us push to be perfection. I mean, even if it's just like, hey, please be quiet. But we learned a lot from him, and I mean, just being able to ask that of ourselves, what he asks from us is just, it puts us on another level, I feel like.
What's allowed you to go from just throwing 16 innings to now you can do that in 2 weekends?
There are a lot of people behind me, honestly. I got the strength coach and Coach Neal, and I feel like our coaching staff and our team behind me, just being able to keep going and grinding through it a little bit is kind of how I've been able to get through the year so far.
You talked about Coach Cohen a little bit. Is he a guy that you've seen maybe adjust his coaching style a little bit with this year's team as compared to the last year or two?
Yeah, I guess so. I feel like he does different things depending on if we're winning or losing. So a little superstitious, but I don't know. I feel like he's not really as laid back, but I feel like he's just set in what we're doing right now, and I feel like that's all he's really concerned with is just how we're doing as a team and what we're taking into each game.
Was there any adjustment midseason too when y'all went from Marrero and got Jack healthy and now Jack's in there as a regular catcher?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, we have guys that we're deep at catching right now, and I mean, we could have Gavin Collins come off third base and catch Friday night games. Like, I feel like we have 3 or 4 guys who could go out there and catch, but Jack Kruger being able to get out there and be healthy and kind of mix some things in has helped us kind of take a different turn. But Eli Marrero is just as good, and he could take any inning and go in and win us any ball game. So
You don't pitch any differently to either one of them?
I just feel like it's all about what I got going that day. So I mean, we'll have a little conversation. Conversation's a little bit different with Eli to Jack, but
How's that?
just different guys. So there may be a little bit more humor with me and Eli than there would be with me and Jack. But
You say Jack's more serious?
yeah, I think Jack's. I don't know if you ever talked to him, but Jack is extremely smart. So I feel like he's on another wavelength sometimes. But a great guy, he knows what he's doing. But he's got a great baseball mind.
How have you been able to block out some of the distractions, with the draft and all these awards that you're racking up, and just focus on what you got to do out there on the mound?
I mean, I'm just playing ball. I mean, I'm taking it a day at a time. I don't have social media right now, and I haven't all year. So I mean, I haven't really been paying attention much to that. But I'm just playing a game right now. I feel like that's just all I'm doing.
Austin was in here. This is kind of a random question, I guess, but Austin was in here the other day. I was talking about how y'all roomed together first year here and stuff like that. But just y'all's bond together, has that kind of served to fuel you both this season, the year that you've had, just kind of feeding off of one another?
Yeah, our freshman year we came in and we thought we were going to be the duo. We said we were going to be the duo or whatever that was. But I mean, obviously, like we haven't been out there at the same time. But this year we've had a little bit of, I guess, inner competition between outings. So some days he'll walk off and be like, I got you today. Some days I'll walk out and be like, beat that. So it'll just depend, I guess.
Did that kind of start when you roomed together? Competitions on PS4 or something? I don't know. What did you guys like to compete together?
Well, freshman year we were travel roommates. And we played a few games here and there, but I mean, last year we were actual roommates, so we played some video games. We're pretty competitive back and forth, and then this year we're actually able to do it out on the field. So just keeping that going is kind of fun.
I mean, talk about that bond throughout the junior class, whether it's Reed and Gavin and Brent, who's a third-year sophomore. How has that bond kind of developed through freshman, and then last year, and then into this year?
I mean, just being able to be through all those situations with those guys, it's like you kind of see everybody's true colors, and just to be able to see that everybody is so resilient in what they're doing, it's huge. It's really huge to see, like as a person, and so just being able to go through and have these bonds with those guys, and be able to build throughout the year and even before. I mean, it's just you can't be really closer to anyone after that.
What does it mean to you to play for a coach that wore the same uniform and hung banners in the stadium across the street here?
Just he knows what we're doing. He knows what it's like. Coach Cohen, Coach Cohen played here, obviously, and just being able to know that he's done exactly what we've done. He's been in our shoes. I mean, it's pretty comforting knowing that you can go to him and he'll understand exactly what we're talking about, no matter what it is, really.